All right, Bannock County Commissioners are in session. It's Tuesday, December 16th, and I'd like to welcome our special guest, Mr. Christmas, here with us today. Go ahead and turn on the lights for the camera. Oh, you do have them on. All right. All right, starting off today is the assessor. Randy, come on up.
Good morning. Randy Hobson, Chief Deputy Assessor, here on behalf of Anita.
What you got for us, Randy?
We're here with tax cancellations.
Any questions for the assessor's office?
No.
I didn't have any.
I'd make a motion to go ahead and approve the tax cancellations as requested by the assessor.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Randy. Didn't want you
Appreciate
to
it.
come all the way over here and not have to come up and talk at least.
Thanks for the opportunity.
All right. Ashley, we're kind of wound up this morning, so if you dare, come on up.
We'll take our chances.
Fair enough.
Feels Christmassy, so we're looking forward to it. Jason Dye, the trial court administrator for the 6th Judicial District.
Ashley Brinkhurst with D6 Treatment.
And we're just here seeking a signature on a service agreement with the Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections. This is a renewal. They have services that they've been providing for quite some time. Last year was the first time we had a service agreement, and this year we're just renewing that contract. And we've had it reviewed by legal, HR. Matt gave us a lot of good advice on it, and we think it's ready for signature.
Okay, questions?
So this is money coming from the state. And we're just a pass-through, basically.
Yeah, it'd be billing for particular services, and then it would come through and it would go into the DSID's revenue budget.
Commissioner, anything?
Nope, looks good to me.
Okay. I would entertain a motion then.
I will make that a motion that we go ahead and sign the agreement with independent contractor agreement
State of Idaho
with the
Department
State of
Juvenile.
Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections.
Okay. Good motion. Is there any further discussion? No. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bet. Really, I don't have the agenda here.
Heather.
Good morning. It's Heather Studley, GIS Manager. And I am just doing a quick semi-annual update for you guys. So,
Let's hear it.
just quick overall staffing. We currently have 2 full-time employees. We just arranged to hire our 3rd position. They'll be starting on the 29th of this month. We have 1 part-time employee, and we currently have 1 intern who will be with us through the spring. Some of the bigger projects that we've been going through for the last 6-ish months, getting somebody hired for that 3rd position. I will say it ended up being a little bit more arduous than I had originally thought it was going to be. We had an exceptional number of applicants. We had over 70 applicants for this position. Most of them very, very overqualified for what it is. So that's kind of a pattern I've noticed with some other people as well. It's a little bit concerning, but it took a lot to filter through everybody. We have been going through our online web maps and starting to replace those applications. Most of them were built on a platform that is retiring in the spring, so we are getting them turned over to the newer versions of those, and just going through one at a time and just pick them up, do them, and then test them before we push them out too far. We have our normal amount of data entry, joy. Addresses, subdivisions, records of survey are the big ones. We still get things from planning for a lot of things. We have some work with road and bridge that we're working on, but that's slow and steady and doesn't ever stop, and that's okay. We've been doing quite a bit of work on the 911 side of things, providing regular updates to our Motorola contractor and helping them doing data updates to the 911 system. I've also been working with some of our local agencies, specifically Pocatello, Chubbuck, and ISU, to kind of clean up some data inconsistencies, mostly addresses and road names in the systems, just so that they go in so that everybody can use that 911 system efficiently. More on the next generation 911 side, we've been working with the GIO's office at the state, getting service boundaries cleaned up, looking for, we call them slivers. They're very, very tiny inconsistencies when you have two shapes that are supposed to match perfectly and they do not. It can cause problems. John tackled that, and it's literally matching like point for point. Every single line has to match perfectly. And he took that and ran through it like a star. So that's been a fun one. Working with the GIO's office is probably going to slow down a little bit for a few months. They just had a turnover in that position, and we're letting the new GIO settle into their position a little bit before we start trying to pick up. Also, part of this is that the team we were working with got shifted from the GIO's office into IEOM, and we're also waiting for that shift to settle down. So this is going to sit for probably a couple of months, and then we'll pick up again in the spring or the summer. Starting to do more work with them. Community engagement, sort of fun things. I give a lot of credit for this one. Danielle put together a GIS Day event at ISU in November. GIS Day is an international event. It's a recognized day for GIS things, and she has never done anything like that before. And normally I'm the one who puts those together, and I did not have the capabilities to do so. She took that over and did amazing for her first time trying to do that. Got together about 12 speakers. We had about 20 participants from all over, from Jerome, Twin Falls, all the way up into Fremont County, Driggs area. So that was very successful. She did an amazing job with that. And the other one is Danielle and I were both able to go to, it's called GIS Pro. It was a conference that this year was in Denver. We both help out with that one. We volunteer, we moderate sessions, things like that for this group. And I'll give myself a little pat in the back for this one. I actually was presented with a service award from the organizers of that conference. It's called Geospatial Professional Network. It's an international organization for GIS professionals, and every conference they select a handful of individuals for these service awards, and I got one of them this year, which was pretty stinking special, I think. So. Upcoming, we are working with both the elections office and the state of Idaho to try to figure out how to clean up address databases between the two systems. This has been a long, ongoing process, and it's trying to figure out how to make that communication happen between the systems has been a little tricky, so we're still working on that one. 2030 census is starting to ramp up. We're starting to push through some basic. Right now it's very, very basic, just data checks. Do your addresses line up? Do your service boundaries need adjusted? All that kind of fun stuff. But obviously as we get closer to that, that will start to pick up more and more. We have been updating our address data set to be more compliant with state standards. We're just about done with that project. We've got one major push for cleanup and then some basically reframing of the database, and we should be good with that one. And that will circle back to Pocatello and Chubbuck. They will also join up with this system so everything lines up. We will be able to share data very easily amongst ourselves and then push it to the state as needed. And then both our GIS server and the 911 GIS server are due for software updates. For the 911 server, I'm working with our Motorola contractor to get that set up and going. And then with ours, I will probably bring in some help from the software company just to make sure we're doing a pretty big version update on that one. And I want to bring somebody in to help just make sure that goes smoothly. That will probably be in a couple of months. And that's what I have.
Cool. On the next gen 911 stuff, do you see any more issues coming up with that?
Not anything in particular. Right now, it's mostly cleanup and then collaboration to make sure that everybody's stuff is lining up the way it needs to be. Unfortunately, it's more of a communication issue now, which is why we're kind of waiting on the GIO's office and the IOM offices to see what they do.
How are the surrounding counties doing with their stuff, do you know? Do you contact with them much?
Not a whole lot, unfortunately. Most of that has been going through Adam. I have not had anybody reach out, and Adam has not heard anything from any of the other counties either, about having us host GIS data for them. Power County is the only one who has asked us to do that. There's a possibility we might do that for them, but I have not heard anything officially on that.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
A couple of comments. So you talked about the 911 system and the addresses and stuff.
Yeah.
So when we approve a subdivision, does it have all the addresses in there? Or how long does it take to get 911 and the addresses matched up?
So it depends, is the short answer on that one.
That's the
And it-
attorney's answer, you can have it.
Part of it depends on where that subdivision is. The cities treat them a little differently than the county does. So the cities will completely pre-address a subdivision and turn all that information over. We put it in our system and let it go. For the county, we do not, we'll softly pre-address a subdivision to kind of get an idea where things are. The address does not become live. It does not get put into any official system until a building permit has been submitted through planning. Mostly just because there is always a chance that there will never be a development on that property. And we have had issues with people getting a hold of some of these proposed addresses, is what we call them, and then trying to use those addresses for, like, car registrations and business licenses and things you're not supposed to do with these when they're not live yet, because there's been nothing associated with them. So we're kind of careful on how we give those out.
Okay. And then the software updates and stuff, you're working with Adam on all that stuff? Okay.
Yeah, this one, because it's actually the GIS software, he's already done the server, like the Microsoft server update. He's already done that side of it, so now it's on my side.
Okay.
Very good.
A couple comments, class questions. I appreciate what you did at ISU. That's probably the generation that probably is going to be more willing to accept, quote, GIS. But what I am concerned with, and I get this all the time, and I want to use this very discreetly, that for the normal citizen that's out there, what's your 2-minute elevator speech of what you do? How does the county benefit by having a GIS department or paying these costs out? I get that, but if you were to give that message out to the normal people, how would you defend your position? How would you defend that department?
Everybody uses Google Maps. We are what makes Google Maps work.
Okay, not
We
just
are-
Google Maps,
but
just
all of
Google
it.
itself?
It's,
or-
well, it's any mapping application. We are the ones who
Okay.
provide the road addresses, the road names, addresses, where things are. That data has to come from somewhere, and we are the ones who provide
Okay.
that.
And so how does the county use those? What I'm leading you here is,
Okay.
does the sheriff's department use your services? The
Yes.
things you put in because of addresses?
Mhm.
Our planning and
Addresses and
zoning
roads.
uses those.
Yep.
And I think that's where I'm getting at. We have a message to get out there, because I think a lot of people do not understand what we even do here. And maybe some of the other counties aren't keeping up because they're,
It's a little bit of a struggle. Any kind of technology all technology advances at a phenomenal rate, honestly. And it's really easy to get lost and explain why things are important. We're going through a lot of the same discussions right now with AI usage. It's the same kinds of discussions. So how do you explain it? How do you make it relevant to the everyday person? And I will admit, this is actually something our industry admits to struggling with. How do we do that 2-minute elevator speech of what we do without getting super technical? And it's very difficult because we have a very technical job. But it is 911 services, it is delivery services, it is the GPS location trackers on your phone.
Elections integrity. Elections integrity.
And that's what I say,
Yeah.
for those that may be watching this proceedings or whatever, I really think that's a thing we've got to put out there. I appreciate your efforts up at ISU to do that. We need to just not use the word GIS. We need to literally take that little extra thing and say what we're doing this for.
Okay.
Whether it's elections, whether it's 911, whether it's the
Yeah.
delivery
And
services.
if you want to get, yeah, and that's just what our part of it is, you can get into larger aspects of it, which is conservation, resource management, social studies and helping people. Because really, at the end of the day, that's what we all do, is we're here to help people. Location services are how I do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you again for all you do, and congratulations on the new hire, and we'll look forward to more great things out of you guys.
Yep, we're gonna have fun with this.
Congratulations on your award.
Yes.
That was a very pleasant surprise, because they didn't tell any of us that that was gonna happen. We showed up in the morning, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, oh.
Oh, also, I would like to thank you for the maps that you did for me. I had Heather put together a map of all the county-owned parcels in the county, so within the cities and outside of the cities, and she gave me some very nice maps, so thank you.
If I could get that, that'd be great. I need to make sure they're on insurance.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
no, I can forward,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just
What,
forward that email
another
to you. So, all right. All right,
Thanks, Heather.
thank you.
Okay, that takes us to the resolutions and ordinances. So we have Resolution 2025-88, approving tax cancellation requests. Is there any discussion on that one?
No, I'd make a motion, we go ahead and approve the resolution 2025-88.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Hal, did you want to say anything on the area of city impact? Is that why you're here? Observer, okay. So we have County Ordinance 2025-09 for the city of Downey.
7 and 8 are on the back.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, let's do that then. So 2025-07, which is the city of Ermo, city of impact, or area of impact, excuse me. 2025-08, city of Chubbuck, area of impact. 09, city of Downey, area of impact. 2025-10, city of Ingham. And 2025-11, city of Lava Hot Springs, area of city impact agreements. And then the last, and then city 2025-12, city of McCammon, and 2025-13, city of Pocatello. A lot of work went into that, so thank you, Hal and team, for all your efforts in putting that together. Is there any discussion on any of those ordinances?
With that, and after months of work and public meetings and public impact, I feel I would make the motion that we go ahead and pass all of these county ordinances, 2025-07 through 2025-13.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there any further discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passes. Congratulations again, Hal and team, everybody that participated in that. That was a big lift. Appreciate getting that done. We have a memo to dispose of ordinance or documents. Any questions or comments on that?
Nope.
Okay, then I would move that we approve the memo to dispose of documents. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, we got a couple things for you to sign there.
I can't read and sign at the same time.
Sharp performance. Next is from the sheriff, the Master SAS Services Agreement. Sharp performance. Anybody have any questions on this? Do you have any thoughts or suggestions on that,
This is
Kristen?
one that we talked about a couple weeks ago, something like that.
Okay. Any questions on that then?
I didn't see anything.
Oh, you already signed that
That
one.
one, I did that one, so. I'll go ahead and make a motion that we sign the independent contractor agreement for professional services.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 There was a couple of them in there that you didn't
That I
sign.
missed. Okay. Here, you can have fun with that stack.
Holy cow. Get everything out of the way.
All right, last on the agenda today is the consent agenda, which looks like we just have certification of minutes.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, with that, we will stand at recess until, looks like 10 a.m. We have a bid opening.